So I saw my friend in the supermarket a few days ago and she looked stressed and I was like, what's up? Turned out that her husband's shop had been broken into, right? Someone had smashed a stone through the window, cleared it out, and there's real expensive stuff in this shop. So she was obviously stressed, not good. I saw him in the gym this morning and we were chatting about it and I was like, dude, I heard about your shop. It's fucking terrible. And he said, apparently the person coming down the hill in our town, they dug up a slab from the road and then smashed it through the window, right? Like, dug it up, massive slab, threw it, smashed the window, jumped in, grabbed loads of stuff and went. And even though it's expensive stuff, it's not mega common stuff, right? It's stuff that's mainly in America. It's very high end. So they're not going to be able to sell it free. They're just going to get, as he put it, get a rock of crack for each thing. That's it, right? And I said, why don't they just get something cheaper? If it's just going to go for a rock of crap, why don't they just go into an easier to break into store, or a store with less surveillance, because he's got CCTV. And he was like, it's just crackhead logic, right? That's crackhead logic. And I said, hey, I remember a few years ago, because he said he saw the CCTV and he was like, they look like crackheads. He said he saw them, they're crackheads. And I said, remember a few years ago because he rang me straight after, this was years and years ago, and he was like, someone just broke into the shop, so I'm going to go into town, look for him, do you want to come? I'm like, yeah, let's fucking go. But they'd left their phone in the shop. So they smashed the window and then they'd jumped through, they got their blood all over the floor when they jumped in the window. I think they got like one hoodie and a load of t-shirts or something, and they left their phone there. And when they caught the guy very fucking soon. And they said, why'd you do it? And his reply was, my sister was cold, so we needed some clothes. And when he told me that, we were just like, that's crackhead logic. That is crackhead logic. It makes no sense to a normal person, like going into a town and then digging up a slab from the street, rather than, even if you're a scumbag and you're going to rob, you'd at least bring a hammer or get a rock from wherever. Like, you wouldn't go there and be like, when you're in front of the shop, be like, right, let's see what we can do. If your sister was cold, you wouldn't break into a store and steal her clothes. You put her to bed, you get a fucking blanket, you get a sleeping bag, you go inside somewhere, you sit on a fucking radiator, you make a fire. There's loads of stuff you could do that wouldn't land you in prison for years, right? That's crackhead logic. And it sounds like that should be reserved for the crackheads, but crackhead logic is everywhere. Crackhead logic is everywhere, and you are using crackhead logic on your own personal development. Guys say to me, trying to lose weight, I just can't lose weight. No matter what I do, the fat won't go. I'll ask them what they're doing. And I say, well, I've got a gym membership. I've had it for years, but I can't get myself to go. It's really fucking irritating. And I want to run, but my knees are all fucked up. I'm like, okay, cool. How are you eating? Do you know, I don't even know where to start. I looked on YouTube. I looked on Google. I asked this and that. I had a friend but it's all conflicting advice. So I don't actually know what to do. So they're not doing anything. So I said, you're not struggling to lose weight. And this happens a lot. This isn't like a one-off. This is a very, very common thing. I say, you're not struggling to lose weight. It would be impossible for you to lose weight and lose fat doing what you're doing, right? You're like, yeah. Like, would you think, okay, I'm not training and I'm eating the same as I always have. Should I be losing weight? No. To think that you would is crackhead logic, right? It's crackhead logic. People do it all the time. They do it with their business, with their relationship. They, after work every day, they go to the pub and they just bitch about their families, right? I've heard this time and time again. They just bitch about their wife, or when I go home, she'll be this and that. Oh, she'll have spent money on this. That's why I've got to work so hard, while they're drinking £5 a pint, fucking whatever it is. It's not a good way to live anyway. It fucks with your mindset. But then for them to go home and think they're going to have a nice, comfortable, harmonic home is crackhead logic. You can't bitch about your family and then come home and expect a peaceful home. That wouldn't exist. That's crackhead logic, right? People complain about their kids all the time. He's doing this, he can't stick to anything, he's disrespectful to me. If a man doesn't respect himself, if he treats himself like he doesn't respect himself, of course his kid's gonna act like they don't respect him. It's obvious. My kid's always lying. Do you lie? Yeah, all the fucking time. Because you told me you were gonna go to the gym and you haven't gone to the gym. That's a lie. You lie all the time, your kid sees it, of course your kid is gonna lie. To think that they wouldn't lie, to think that they live with you and you lie. That's the example they see, but they won't lie. That's crackhead logic. To not respect yourself and treat yourself with so little disrespect that you dress like a fucking slob, you eat like shit, you pour alcohol in your body, you smoke, or worse than smoking is vaping, just because it's embarrassing as fuck having a grown man asking for a fucking Raspberry Ripple vape refiller in the shop. Ugh, cringes me out, right? If you do all that stuff, that just shows you do not respect yourself. So expecting your family to respect you is crackhead logic. It makes no fucking sense, right? Jumping from thing to thing, trying new diets, then falling off track, on the wagon, off the wagon, and being like, oh, my kid will never stick to anything, right? Why would they? They see you. That's crackhead logic. A massive one is an unsupportive wife, right? Guys that have let their wife down for years and years and years. And it's not your fault. You're a guy, you're busy as fuck, you got loads on, but it's your responsibility to live differently and seize fucking control, because otherwise you'll just keep setting goals and failing. So even if your wife was supportive the first 3 or 4 times, it's really hard for her to just keep hearing you say shit and not do shit. We have a saying on the program, right? My program, members of the Wake the King program, they do what they said they're going to do in everything, right? We do what we said we're going to do. If we say we're going to do something, it gets done. And there's loads of reasons for that, right? It's because you have more trust in yourself. When you say things, you know you're going to do them, so you do them more aggressively, you get them done faster. It makes the people around you feel safe, because when you say something, they're not just like, oh, I wonder if that's going to come into reality or not, because that is a horrible way for a family to live. And most powerfully, it sets the universal habit of when you say things, they come into creation, so it allows you to set bigger goals because you know they're going to fucking happen, right? So we do what we said we're going to do. And because of that, you hit goals, you keep your word, your family trusts you more, they see you keeping your word, so they're going to be more supportive. But it's crackhead logic to think your family would support you when you say, I'm going to lose weight. And they're going to think, again, we've done this fucking dance. We've played this game before. It's going to last a few days. He's going to be irritable as fuck because he's going to be under eating. He's going to be training, so he's going to be away all evening. Not going to see us. He's going to get obsessed with it for 3 days, fall off track, be miserable, be disappointed into himself, lash out at us. The cycle continues. How the fuck can she be supportive of that? That sucks, right? Everything needs to make fucking sense. Stop using crackhead logic on your own personal development. Whoever you want to be, act like that man. Move like that fucking man. If you want to jump on a program, actually learn how to do it step by step. Every single thing, what to do, when to do it, how to eat, how to train, everything tailored to build a powerful masculine physique, get sky-high energy, sex drive, mood balance, everything can finally become the man. We have a saying on the program, build the body, build the mind, build the man. If you want to do that and finally be the man that you deeply, deeply respect when you look in the mirror, looks powerful, looks insane, feels confident, wife can't fucking resist him, kids see you as a fucking superhero, click below, check it out. There's no contracts, you can cancel anytime, but I highly advise you do it. But if you do nothing else, stop applying crackhead logic to your life.